Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is kind of funky and fresh. We're going to be painting on this vinyl record. So don't worry, first of all, I'm not ruining a perfectly good record. So I used to have my record player in my sunroom where I do my paintings. And the glass reflected on it weird from the sun, and it warped it to the point where it is completely unusable. So I figured it'd be fun to do some cool painting on it. I was originally going to do a Studio Ghibli inspired piece, and so I started that 8 months ago. Actually, it's more like a year ago, and I hated it, and so it's kind of been hanging up on my shelf for a while, which is why I was cleaning it at the beginning. But yeah, I decided to come back to it a little bit later, do something, I guess it's not really surrealist, but something weird and dreamy, which is surrealism, but girl, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. This is a gouache piece. I was inspired by manga, where you see the faces warping out of each other, trippy manga with the eyeballs and the feathers and stuff everywhere. So that was kind of the inspiration towards this. I put my own spin on it, obviously, with more fun colors and stuff. Yeah, so the first thing I've noticed about painting on vinyl is it's hard, especially you have to do a bunch of little layers because there's all those little divots and crevices, obviously, so there can be music on it. So that was really a challenge for me, but I figured it out after a hot second. I also really struggled with the hair. This footage is actually a couple months old, because I got halfway through it and I hated it so much that I just stopped, right? The only reason I decided to finish it actually was because I wanted to edit a YouTube video, but I didn't have any footage except the footage from this. So the only reason I finished this piece was to make this YouTube video because I felt like editing something, but I didn't feel like recording stuff. So yeah, it's kind of weird, it's a little trippy. I think, honestly, taking a break from it for a couple of months helped make the finished product way better, because honestly, I was not feeling it, and the proportions were off, and I lost my original reference photo. But when I came back a couple months later, which would have been today, I just kind of wung it. I winged it. I don't know the correct way to say that. But I just kind of went for it, and I didn't really care about accurate proportions, color, or anything. And I just did whatever. I did my girly things and stopped worrying about the hair. So this is a good moment to say, I'm trying to reach 1,000 followers on Instagram, so if you want to come and show me some love on there at bubbles_art, I would really appreciate it. And also, I've been streaming on Twitch for the last couple of months, which is fun, and if you want to join me on there, that would also be super fun. I don't have a streaming schedule, I just kind of appear and then disappear, but I appreciate the love. So from here on is new footage. So for the last face, I kind of changed the whole vibe and decided to go for pinks and mints. And I shaded with a little bit of purple, which I thought looked really nice. And I actually, this part was also really weird. I did the line art in this really nice maroon color and exaggerated and did a little bit of thicker lines, which I really ended up enjoying quite a bit. I think it's just go for it. It was very intuitive at this point. Like I said, I didn't have any reference photo or anything. I just saw what made sense and what looked most aesthetic in my opinion. And I think that actually helped me separate and make the end product a lot better, because in the beginning I was just trying to replicate a photo, and then at this point I was just trying to make something that looked cool. I went over the line art with the feathers, just make it pop more. And then this is kind of weird. I went in and highlighted stuff and outlined all the feathers in like this flesh tone. And I don't know if that was the right choice or not, because I kind of like the negative black space in between the feathers. But either way, I think it looks really cool. So for the right side of the face, I also completely switched up the naturalistic skin tones for more like blues and bright oranges, which seems a little counterintuitive, but I think it looked really cool. I think those bland colors just really didn't match my style and didn't go with this weird, trippy, psychedelic look I was aiming for. And it really fed into that like dreamlike vibe. And I think the heavy blush too just like sucked it all in. One thing I would change though is like looking back on that line art, the two faces don't really look like they go together, especially in the stylization in the eyes. So that's one thing I would change. But honestly, other than that, I really like this piece. I went up in the background with some black and just kind of fixed everything up. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week.